What is really going on with Yandy Smith and Rasheeda, and why are fans suddenly questioning everything they thought they knew about these two love and hip-hop power women? What started as a few awkward moments and polite smiles has now turned into whispered accusations, tense studio run-ins, and a silence that feels louder than any argument. Fans are shocked because this was never supposed to happen. These two were seen as the calm in the chaos, the grown women who stayed above the mess. But now, emotions ran high and the cracks are impossible to ignore. According to insiders close to the show, the tension has been building quietly for months. It did not start with a screaming match or a dramatic table flip. It started with missed calls, unanswered texts, and a sudden change in energy that everyone on set could feel. One producer allegedly said the room went cold the moment Yandy walked in and saw Rasheeda already seated. No hugs, no jokes, just stiff hellos and forced smiles that fooled no one. Then came the rumors, whispers that business loyalty was questioned, claims that private conversations were repeated behind closed doors, allegations that one of them felt played and publicly embarrassed. Fans began to notice the subtle shade on social media, the likes that disappeared, the comments that were never posted. The family was left divided as cast members quietly chose sides, unsure of who was telling the truth. Now the question everyone is asking is simple but explosive. What's good with Yandy and Rasheeda, and is this just reality TV tension, or the beginning of a full-blown fallout that could change love and hip-hop Atlanta forever? Stay right here, because once you hear what allegedly happened behind the scenes, you might never look at their friendship the same way again. The tension didn't explode all at once, it crept in quietly, the kind of slow burn that makes everyone uncomfortable but unsure where the fire actually started. When cameras first caught Yandy and Rasheeda in the same room that season, fans noticed it immediately. The energy was off. The usual warmth was gone. Yandy walked in confident but guarded, her smile tight, her eyes scanning the room like she was bracing herself. Rasheeda sat already mic'd up, flipping her hair, laughing with others, but the laughter stopped the second she saw Yandy. There was a pause, just a second too long to ignore, and everyone felt it. Emotions ran high even before a single word was spoken. Behind the scenes, insiders claimed the issue started weeks earlier at a private industry dinner that never made it on camera. The dinner was meant to be low-key, just cast members, spouses, and a few trusted friends. At that table, conversations allegedly turned personal. Yandy reportedly opened up about feeling overwhelmed, juggling business, marriage, and public pressure. Rasheeda listened, nodded, and reassured her like a sister would. But days later, those same words allegedly came back to Yandy through someone else, twisted, exaggerated, and framed as gossip. That was the first crack. Yandy felt exposed. She felt played, and once that trust was questioned, there was no going back easily. Rasheeda, on the other hand, told her circle a very different story. According to people close to her, she felt blindsided by the sudden coldness. She allegedly said she never repeated anything maliciously and that if words traveled, they were taken out of context. Rasheeda felt disrespected, especially because she believed she had always shown Yandy nothing but loyalty. To her, Yandy's distance felt like a quiet accusation, one that cut deeper than a public argument. Fans are shocked because both women felt wronged, and neither believed they were the villain. Things escalated when filming resumed. A group scene was planned, nothing dramatic on paper, just casual conversation. But tension has a way of rewriting scripts. When the conversation shifted toward business moves and collaborations, Rasheeda made a comment that seemed harmless on the surface, but Yandy's expression changed instantly. She leaned back, crossed her arms, and said, "It's funny how people speak on things they don't fully understand." The room went silent. Everyone knew who that was aimed at. Rasheeda's smile faded, replaced by a look that mixed confusion and irritation. "If that's directed at me, just say that," she replied. Emotions ran high, and producers could barely contain the moment. After that scene, nothing was the same. The family was left divided as cast members quietly chose sides. Some felt Yandy was justified for protecting her boundaries. Others believed Rasheeda was being unfairly iced out without a direct conversation. Fans flooded social media, dissecting every glance, every tone, every word. Comments exploded with theories, some blaming Yandy for being distant, others accusing Rasheeda of moving funny behind the scenes. The pressure grew heavier with every episode. Then came the moment that truly changed everything. During a break in filming, Yandy was overheard venting to a close friend, her mic still hot. She allegedly said she felt betrayed by someone she considered family, and that she was tired of being the bigger person. While she never said Rasheeda's name, the implication was clear. Producers debated cutting the audio, but the damage was already done. Word spread fast. Rasheeda heard about it within hours, and according to insiders, she was livid. Not because of what was said, but because it was said publicly, even indirectly. Rasheeda reportedly confronted Yandy off camera, demanding clarity. Voices were raised, tears were shed. Yandy stood firm, saying she refused to fake peace for television. Rasheeda fired back, accusing Yandy of letting outside voices poison their relationship. The argument ended unresolved, with both women walking away feeling unheard. Fans are shocked because this wasn't petty drama, this was real hurt bleeding through the screen. By the time the cameras picked back up, the divide was clear. No more shared laughs, no casual check-ins, just stiff interactions and heavy silence. Other cast members tried to play peacemaker, urging them to talk it out for the sake of history and respect. But trust, once cracked, doesn't seal easily. Yandy felt she had already said enough. Rasheeda felt she deserved more. And as the season moved forward, it became clear this was only the beginning of a much deeper unraveling, one that would test friendships, reputations, and the very image both women had worked so hard to protect. The silence between them became louder than any argument, and everyone around them felt forced to tiptoe. Filming continued, but every shared space felt tense, like something could snap at any moment. What hurt the most, according to people close to Yandy, was not just the alleged betrayal, but the feeling that Rasheeda never fully acknowledged her pain. Yandy believed that if someone truly cared, they would have pulled her aside immediately and cleared the air instead of letting confusion grow. That unspoken disappointment sat heavy on her chest, and it showed in the way she carried herself, distant, guarded, and done explaining. Rasheeda, meanwhile, leaned into her own support system. She spoke openly with Kirk and a few trusted friends, insisting she had been painted as something she was not. She felt her character was being quietly questioned without a fair chance to defend herself. Emotions ran high when she told one friend, "I've survived real storms. This right here feels unnecessary." To Rasheeda, this situation felt less like drama and more like disrespect, especially because it came from someone she once considered solid. Things took another turn when fans noticed Yandy skipping events where Rasheeda was present. No birthday appearances, no pop-ups, no public support. Social media detectives were quick to point it out. Comments flooded in asking what happened, and instead of shutting it down, both women stayed silent. That silence only fueled speculation. Fans are shocked because the lack of denial made the rumors feel real. Blogs picked up the story, twisting moments into headlines, framing the tension as a full-blown feud. Pressure from production began to mount. Producers wanted answers. They wanted a sit-down. They wanted a moment that would make sense of the tension. Yandy was hesitant. She reportedly said she was tired of being pushed into conversations that felt performative. Rasheeda, on the other hand, agreed to talk, but with conditions. She wanted honesty, not deflection. When both finally agreed to meet, the atmosphere was thick before either even spoke. They sat across from each other, no hugs, no warmth, just history hanging in the air. Yandy spoke first, her voice calm but firm. She said she felt blindsided, that she shared things in confidence and felt exposed. Rasheeda listened, her face unreadable, then shook her head slowly. She denied ever intending harm and said she wished Yandy had come to her directly instead of pulling away. The exchange stayed controlled, but underneath, emotions ran high. Both women felt misunderstood, both felt hurt, and neither felt fully validated. Just when it seemed like progress might be possible, another twist surfaced. A mutual friend allegedly admitted that words may have been repeated, but not by Rasheeda directly. Instead, someone else at that dinner may have added fuel to the fire. This revelation shifted everything. Suddenly, the story was no longer black and white. Yandy felt conflicted. Part of her wanted to believe Rasheeda. Another part felt too bruised to backtrack. Rasheeda felt vindicated, but also angry that the damage had already been done. The family was left divided even more after that. Some cast members urged Yandy to reconsider, pointing out that misunderstandings happen. Others told Rasheeda that even unintentional hurt still requires accountability. Fans took sides loudly. Timelines were split. Some demanded an apology from Rasheeda. Others said Yandy owed her one. Fans are shocked by how fast admiration turned into debate. What made things worse was the emotional toll. Yandy began questioning who she could trust. Rasheeda began questioning whether loyalty even mattered in this circle anymore. Both women carried the weight into their personal lives. It showed in their moods, their confessions, their patience wearing thin. Love and hip-hop had always thrived on drama, but this felt deeper, heavier, more personal. As episodes continued to roll out, the unresolved tension became a storyline of its own. Every scene without the other felt intentional. Every interaction felt loaded, and while no one said it out loud, everyone knew this situation was far from over. Because when pride meets hurt, and trust meets doubt, the fallout doesn't end quietly. It waits, builds, and finds new ways to surface, setting the stage for an even bigger confrontation still ahead. The tension that had been simmering finally reached a breaking point during a casual cast outing, an event that was supposed to be lighthearted and fun. Cameras were rolling, capturing laughter, champagne toasts, and seemingly innocent interactions. But behind the smiles, the air was electric. Yandy arrived fashionably late, her presence immediately felt. Rasheeda, already surrounded by friends, sensed the energy shift instantly. Eyes met, smiles were tight, the room collectively held its breath. Fans are shocked because what followed was not just awkward, it was explosive, though contained for the cameras. According to insiders, a seemingly small comment triggered everything. Rasheeda, chatting with another cast member, laughed at a joke that Yandy interpreted as shade. Yandy's jaw tightened, her hands fidgeted with her drink, and she leaned toward Rasheeda, her voice low but sharp. "What's that supposed to mean?" Rasheeda froze for a split second, then recovered with a casual shrug. "I didn't mean anything," she said, but the tone wasn't convincing. The people around them tried to intervene, smoothing over the moment, but emotions ran high. The family was left divided as whispers spread instantly. Every friend chose a side, whether publicly or behind closed doors, and the drama only grew. As the night progressed, another bombshell allegedly dropped. A mutual acquaintance claimed Rasheeda had spoken privately about Yandy's struggles in a way that made it back to the wrong ears. Suddenly, what was private became public fodder. Yandy's face burned with humiliation. Rasheeda insisted she never meant harm. The argument escalated, moving beyond words into gestures, sighs, and side-eye glances that said more than words ever could. Emotions ran high, tension thickened, and even the producers admitted it was the kind of scene that editors dream of, but the people living it were exhausted. Fans watching on social media went wild. Snippets of videos, blurred images, and cryptic posts became instant viral content. Theories ran rampant. Some accused Rasheeda of manipulation. Others said Yandy overreacted. Hashtags exploded, debates flared, and forums lit up with opinions. The outside world was as invested in this feud as anyone on set. And while cameras caught some moments, the full story, the private conversations, the confessions, the whispered apologies, remained hidden, adding fuel to the fire. The tension wasn't limited to social media. Back in the studio, every scene between the two was a minefield. Small comments, innocent gestures, even laughter could be misinterpreted. One producer claimed that in a single episode, Yandy laughed at a joke and Rasheeda's reaction was icy, cutting the energy in half. "You could feel it in your chest," the producer said. Everyone knew something was about to happen, even if they didn't know what. Cast members admitted to feeling trapped, forced to navigate the drama carefully, knowing one misstep could worsen the situation. Then came a private confrontation that reportedly took hours. Both women were alone, cameras off, voices raised at times, tears at others. Yandy allegedly told Rasheeda she felt betrayed, that she had confided things expecting trust, not gossip. Rasheeda responded that she never intended harm, that words taken out of context were not her fault. Emotions ran high, the argument swinging from heated accusations to raw vulnerability. It was clear neither wanted to fight publicly, yet neither could walk away unscathed. Friends who later heard about it described the scene as heartbreaking, a mix of anger, disappointment, and reluctant admiration for each other's strength. As if the situation wasn't already tense enough, a shocking twist emerged. A leaked text allegedly sent to a third party revealed that someone close to both women had been stirring the pot, feeding each side selective information. This revelation added another layer of complexity. Suddenly, it wasn't just about Yandy and Rasheeda, it was about manipulation, hidden agendas, and trust broken multiple times over. Both women felt cornered, unsure whom to believe, and yet still forced to face each other daily on set. Fans were left captivated by every detail. Theories about secret alliances, hidden motives, and undisclosed apologies spread like wildfire. Emotions ran high across comment sections, with viewers debating who was truly in the right. Blogs speculated about potential reconciliations, secret betrayals, and even future confrontations. The divide among supporters mirrored the tension on screen. People were shocked, intrigued, and addicted, unable to look away. As the episodes continued, it became clear that the feud had become a defining storyline. The drama wasn't just personal, it was cultural, affecting friendships, alliances, and reputations. Every glance, every gesture, every phrase was analyzed. Yandy and Rasheeda had unintentionally created a spectacle that captivated audiences, divided families, and pushed everyone involved to confront truths they might have otherwise avoided. The fallout was only beginning, and fans knew this was far from over. The next episode captured what many are calling the most intense interaction between Yandy and Rasheeda yet. Cameras followed them into the recording studio, supposedly for a casual scene about music collaborations, but the tension was palpable from the moment Yandy entered. Rasheeda was already there, headphones on, mic in front of her, but the moment she spotted Yandy, her smile faltered. She removed her headphones slowly, pretending to focus on something else, but everyone could see the change. Emotions ran high, and even the crew felt the weight in the room. Yandy approached cautiously, voice steady but carrying a quiet edge. "We need to talk," she said, barely above a whisper. Rasheeda looked up, expression unreadable, and replied, "About what?" The question was simple, but the tone was loaded. The silence that followed was almost unbearable. A camera operator admitted later that he could hear the tension through the mic, the room vibrating with unspoken history. Fans are shocked because this wasn't just drama, it was a culmination of months of misunderstandings, leaked messages, and half-truths. The conversation escalated quickly. Yandy allegedly accused Rasheeda of sharing private information with others, leaving her feeling exposed and embarrassed. Rasheeda shot back, insisting she had done no such thing, that if words had spread, it wasn't by her hand. Emotions ran high as voices rose, words clipped and sharp. "You've twisted things in your head," Rasheeda reportedly said. "I've never crossed you like that." The argument seemed to go in circles, each defending their own truth, each unwilling to back down. Production tried to intervene, reminding them this was meant to be a casual recording, but the women were beyond control. Cast members tried to mediate, but their attempts fell flat. Even Kirk, who often stayed neutral, stepped in briefly, urging calm, but both Yandy and Rasheeda were entrenched in their emotions. Fans are shocked at the level of intensity, knowing both women are strong personalities who rarely show vulnerability in front of cameras. Then came a moment that nobody expected. Yandy, her voice cracking, admitted she felt hurt not just by the alleged betrayal but by the silence, by the assumption that she would just move on. Rasheeda, in turn, revealed that she had been blindsided by Yandy's sudden coldness, that she felt cast aside without explanation. Emotions ran high, tears threatened to fall, and for a brief moment, the hostility softened into raw honesty. Insiders claim that this was a turning point, both women finally seeing the impact of months of tension. Just when reconciliation seemed possible, a shocking twist arrived. A producer revealed that footage from a previous dinner had surfaced, showing someone else making comments that had been misattributed to Rasheeda. Suddenly, the narrative shifted. Yandy felt partially vindicated, but also frustrated that misunderstandings had snowballed so far. Rasheeda felt relief, yet anger lingered, knowing her reputation had been questioned unfairly. The family was left divided again, as friends tried to parse what was real and what was manipulated. The tension carried over to social media. Snippets of the confrontation leaked, and fans went into a frenzy. Hashtags blew up, debates flared, and speculation ran rampant. Viewers dissected every word, every glance, every gesture. Some argued Yandy overreacted, others defended Rasheeda. Emotions ran high across forums and comment sections, mirroring the intensity on set. The drama became a storyline in itself, captivating audiences and dividing loyalties. As filming continued, the aftermath of that confrontation influenced every interaction. Even neutral cast members felt the pressure, walking on eggshells around both women. Casual conversations were loaded with subtext. Moments that should have been lighthearted became tense exercises in diplomacy. Yandy and Rasheeda, once allies in many ways, now approached each other with caution, mistrust, and a lingering awareness that the smallest misstep could reignite the feud. Fans are shocked because the usual chemistry between them was replaced with suspicion, and every appearance carried the weight of unresolved conflict. Toward the end of the week, producers tried to orchestrate a mediated discussion, hoping to create a moment of closure for the cameras. Yandy and Rasheeda reluctantly agreed, both aware that this was not just for the show, it was for their personal peace. The meeting was long, full of emotional confessions, quiet apologies, and some harsh truths. Emotions ran high, as both women laid bare the consequences of months of misunderstanding. Insiders said it was the kind of scene reality TV thrives on, but for the women involved, it was deeply personal, a mix of regret, pain, and tentative hope for reconciliation. Fans were shocked, invested, and left eagerly waiting to see how the next episode would unfold. After that intense mediated discussion, things seemed to calm slightly, but anyone watching closely could see the subtle tension still simmering beneath the surface. Yandy and Rasheeda weren't openly hostile, but their interactions were cautious, calculated, almost defensive. Fans are shocked because this wasn't the explosive confrontation everyone expected to resolve things, yet the silence between them said more than words ever could. Every glance was measured, every laugh guarded, and every touch of familiarity carefully considered. The energy on set shifted, like everyone was holding their breath, waiting for the next spark. The next twist reportedly came during a casual lunch between cast members, away from cameras. Yandy overheard someone referencing an old conversation in a way that implied Rasheeda had been talking about her. Emotions ran high as Yandy confronted the individual, asking bluntly if Rasheeda had really said those things. The friend claimed they hadn't, that the comment was misheard, but Yandy didn't feel reassured. She felt the cycle repeating, the same pattern of misunderstanding threatening to undo whatever fragile peace had been established. Rasheeda, when told about the incident, insisted once again she had no part in it, but the tension was already renewed. Fans on social media immediately picked up on subtle cues in the latest episodes, Yandy walking past Rasheeda without a glance, a dismissive comment, a laugh that didn't reach her eyes. Speculation ran rampant. Blogs dissected every scene frame by frame, claiming to detect underlying hostility, hidden apologies, or strategic avoidance. Emotions ran high as theories multiplied. Some fans accused Yandy of being unforgiving. Others said Rasheeda was manipulative. The debate online was as heated as anything happening on set, amplifying the pressure for both women. The drama intensified when a private source revealed that Rasheeda had confided in a close friend about feeling isolated and misunderstood. She allegedly said, "I never thought our friendship would feel like a battlefield." Yandy, upon hearing about this conversation, reportedly felt a mix of guilt and frustration. She wanted to believe Rasheeda, but the history of miscommunication and third-party interference made trust fragile. Emotions ran high on both sides, highlighting just how deep the rift had become, and how difficult reconciliation truly was. Production, seeing the ongoing tension, decided to stage a joint scene that forced Yandy and Rasheeda to work together creatively. They were paired for a segment on music collaboration, meant to show synergy and teamwork. At first, the scene was awkward. Yandy's energy was cautious, measured, her voice polite but distant. Rasheeda matched her tone, careful not to provoke. Fans are shocked at how stiff the interactions were, a stark contrast to the natural chemistry they had displayed in earlier seasons. But as the cameras rolled, subtle cracks began to show, side glances, restrained smiles, tension bubbling just below the surface. During the filming, a new revelation emerged. A producer accidentally left a conversation on speaker where someone suggested that the previous leaks may have been orchestrated intentionally by someone outside the friendship circle. This revelation reignited the feud momentarily, as both women had to confront not only each other but also the idea that outside manipulation had fueled their conflict. Emotions ran high, as both felt betrayed not just by misunderstanding but by interference from friends they thought they could trust. Even with these revelations, there were moments of potential reconciliation. Yandy reportedly admitted privately that she missed the closeness she once shared with Rasheeda. Rasheeda, in turn, acknowledged that she wished misunderstandings hadn't escalated so far. Fans were shocked by the vulnerability, seeing a side of both women rarely displayed on reality television. The raw honesty hinted that repair was possible, even if the road ahead was uncertain. The family of cast members was cautiously optimistic, but aware that one wrong word or misinterpreted gesture could undo progress instantly. As filming continued into the next week, the tension became part of the narrative. Every shared scene was charged, every off-camera conversation analyzed, and every public appearance dissected. Yandy and Rasheeda were forced to navigate this complex web of emotions, trust, and public scrutiny. Fans are shocked at how layered the drama had become, no longer just a story of simple disagreements, but a tangled web of trust, loyalty, betrayal, and public perception. Insiders admitted that this was the kind of storyline reality TV producers dream of, but for the women involved, it was exhausting, emotional, and deeply personal. Then came a moment that no one saw coming. During a brief hiatus from filming, both women were spotted together at a local charity event, speaking in hushed tones. Cameras weren't rolling, but eyewitnesses said they laughed at something, and for a fleeting moment, it seemed as though old familiarity had returned. Emotions ran high for observers who recognized the significance, a possible thaw, a chance at reconciliation, or perhaps just a temporary ceasefire. Fans are shocked because this hinted that despite the ongoing tension, Yandy and Rasheeda were still willing to engage, still willing to try, even in the face of months of hurt and misunderstanding. The saga was far from over, and everyone knew the next episode could shift the narrative entirely. The brief moment of camaraderie at the charity event seemed to signal hope, but reality TV, and life, has a way of testing even the strongest bonds. Back on set, the tension reasserted itself almost immediately. Yandy and Rasheeda had to navigate scenes together, and every glance, every comment carried a weight that was impossible to ignore. Fans are shocked because it wasn't just about minor slights anymore, this had become a high-stakes emotional chess game. Every move could be misread, every word dissected, and both women knew the cameras were watching, capturing every second for the world to analyze. Things escalated further during a dinner scene planned for the show. Yandy arrived first, greeted by producers who reminded her to stay composed. Rasheeda joined moments later, and the room shifted instantly. The energy was thick, a palpable mix of anticipation and anxiety. As soon as she sat down, a casual comment about collaboration sparked an immediate reaction from Yandy. "I'm not sure you understand the way this comes across," Yandy said quietly, but sharply. Rasheeda looked up, eyebrows raised, and replied, "Maybe you're taking it too seriously." The exchange was subtle, but everyone felt the tension. Emotions ran high, simmering just under the surface. After the dinner, whispers of another private disagreement surfaced. A crew member allegedly overheard Yandy telling a friend that she felt Rasheeda was being passive-aggressive, that subtle jabs had been piling up for months. Rasheeda, in contrast, told her inner circle that she felt unfairly targeted, that Yandy's coldness was unnecessary and confusing. The conflicting perspectives kept the tension alive, feeding rumors and speculation among fans. Social media erupted, hashtags trended, blogs dissected every micro-expression, every sidelong glance captured in episodes. Emotions ran high, and the divide between supporters of Yandy and Rasheeda only grew stronger. A shocking twist occurred when a leaked audio clip surfaced, allegedly featuring Rasheeda joking about Yandy in a private conversation. The clip was brief, ambiguous, but enough to reignite the feud. Yandy's reaction was immediate. She confronted Rasheeda privately, demanding clarity. Rasheeda denied any malicious intent, insisting the comment was taken out of context. Emotions ran high, voices rose at times, and tears were reported. Insiders admitted it was a raw, unfiltered moment, a mix of hurt, frustration, and lingering affection. Fans are shocked because it revealed the fragility of trust, even between longtime friends. The days that followed were tense. On-set interactions were strained, every casual conversation weighed down by past grievances. Even neutral cast members found themselves caught in the crossfire, mediating, clarifying, and sometimes picking sides. Yandy reportedly confided that she felt like she had to walk on eggshells around Rasheeda, while Rasheeda admitted she feared saying anything that could be misconstrued. Emotions ran high, and the psychological toll was evident in every scene. Fans are shocked because what seemed like standard reality TV drama had turned into an emotional minefield. Another unexpected development occurred when a mutual friend revealed that an outside party had been subtly feeding information to both women, manipulating misunderstandings to escalate tension. This revelation added a new layer to the conflict. Yandy and Rasheeda realized that some of the hurt they felt was not directly caused by each other, but by external influence. Emotions ran high as both women grappled with feelings of betrayal, not just by perceived slights, but by someone attempting to control the narrative. The family was left divided again, unsure whom to trust, as fans debated the impact of this interference. Toward the end of filming for that week, a rare moment of reconciliation occurred. Yandy and Rasheeda were caught on camera laughing over a shared joke, a glimpse of the friendship fans once admired. Insiders claimed it was fleeting but meaningful. Emotions ran high, not because the argument was resolved, but because it showed that despite months of tension, both women still had a connection worth protecting. Fans are shocked because it proved that reality TV drama can oscillate between heartbreak and hope in the blink of an eye. The stage was set for the next chapter, leaving everyone eager and anxious for what would happen next. The fleeting moment of laughter, however, didn't last long. The next day on set, production had scheduled a joint interview segment meant to showcase the cast's camaraderie and reflect on their season. The cameras rolled, but the atmosphere was anything but friendly. Yandy and Rasheeda sat across from each other, smiles tight, posture rigid. Every question from the host seemed to carry double meaning, and every answer was scrutinized. Fans are shocked because the tension was visible even when the conversation was scripted to be light. The subtext was everything, every pause, every glance, every shift in tone carried months of unresolved conflict. During the interview, a pointed question about loyalty and trust sparked a heated exchange. Yandy leaned forward, voice steady but laced with accusation. "Trust is earned, not assumed," she said, eyes fixed on Rasheeda. Rasheeda's jaw tightened, and she responded evenly, "And respect goes both ways." Sometimes assumptions create more problems than the truth ever could. Emotions ran high, as the crew and producers watched, knowing they were witnessing raw, unfiltered emotion. The family was left divided once more, as cast members whispered among themselves, speculating on how this interaction would play out in the editing room. After the interview, tensions carried over into a collaborative music session. Both women had to work on a track together, creating harmony despite the friction. Initially, the session was strained. Yandy's voice was sharp, Rasheeda's was cautious. Small corrections became points of contention, and minor missteps felt like intentional slights. Emotions ran high, with frustration simmering under the surface. A producer later admitted that the session was one of the most challenging to film, with tempers flaring and patience tested. Fans are shocked because what was supposed to be a routine collaboration turned into a high-stakes emotional showdown. Midway through the session, a breakthrough occurred. Yandy reportedly suggested a melody adjustment, and Rasheeda accepted it without comment, a small gesture signaling compromise. The tension didn't vanish, but it softened. Insiders said that moment was significant because it showed both women were willing to prioritize work over personal grievances, at least temporarily. Emotions ran high in a different way, relief, cautious optimism, and the first hint of possible reconciliation in weeks. Fans are shocked because it revealed the complexity of their relationship, fierce loyalty and passion intertwined with deep-seated hurt and misunderstanding. Later, during a break, a private conversation unfolded off-camera. Yandy admitted she missed the partnership they once had, while Rasheeda expressed frustration at the misunderstandings that had grown between them. Emotions ran high as both women vented without interruption. It was raw, emotional, and deeply personal. Insiders said it was the kind of scene reality TV editors dream of but is rarely captured authentically. The family of cast members watching these developments reportedly felt a mix of hope and apprehension, knowing the road to repair would be long and complicated. Social media continued to amplify the drama. Snippets of scenes, cryptic captions, and behind-the-scenes photos fueled speculation. Fans debated, argued, and picked sides passionately. Some praised Yandy for maintaining her boundaries, others defended Rasheeda for her patience and grace under pressure. Emotions ran high online, mirroring the intensity of interactions on set. Hashtags trended, and forums buzzed with theories about the next confrontation or reconciliation. Fans are shocked because the narrative was evolving in real time, leaving them both entertained and emotionally invested. Toward the end of the week, an unexpected alliance emerged. Another cast member reportedly mediated a private lunch, encouraging both Yandy and Rasheeda to see the bigger picture. This intervention created a moment of vulnerability. Yandy admitted she felt isolated at times, while Rasheeda acknowledged her own role in allowing miscommunication to fester. Emotions ran high, as apologies were offered and quietly accepted. Insiders noted that this was perhaps the first step toward genuine repair, though both women remained cautious. Fans are shocked because it suggested that even amidst months of drama, bridges could be rebuilt, if only carefully, deliberately, and with mutual understanding. As filming wrapped for that week, it was clear that the story of Yandy and Rasheeda was far from over. Tension, misunderstandings, and drama had defined weeks of production, but moments of connection hinted at a deeper, more complicated bond. Fans are shocked because reality TV had captured not just conflict, but the delicate, messy process of rebuilding trust. The stage was set for the next episode, and everyone watching knew that even a single glance or comment could reignite the fire, keeping viewers glued to their screens, eager for the next twist in this ongoing saga. Even with the tentative steps toward reconciliation, the undercurrent of tension never fully disappeared. The next set of episodes captured moments where Yandy and Rasheeda were forced into proximity, whether for interviews, collaborative challenges, or casual hangouts. Each interaction was a delicate dance, emotions running high with every exchanged word or glance. Fans are shocked because what once seemed like effortless friendship now required careful navigation, and even the slightest misstep could reignite months of accumulated hurt. The cameras caught every nuance, every flicker of irritation, every small smile that hinted at fragile hope. During one particularly heated scene, a conversation about past business ventures spiraled into accusation. Yandy, feeling defensive, said, "Sometimes I wonder if loyalty even matters anymore." Rasheeda, visibly frustrated, shot back, "Loyalty is only real if it's respected. You've got to give what you expect." Emotions ran high, and crew members reportedly had to step back, letting the exchange unfold naturally because neither woman would stop. The family of cast members was left divided yet again, as friends and colleagues quietly took sides, fearing the repercussions of misalignment in a room charged with tension. Amidst this charged atmosphere, a shocking revelation added fuel to the fire. A private text conversation surfaced, allegedly showing that someone had been manipulating the narrative behind the scenes, feeding selective information to both women. Yandy felt a surge of frustration and betrayal, realizing that some of the perceived slights weren't intentional. Rasheeda, meanwhile, felt vindicated but also enraged that her integrity had been questioned unnecessarily. Emotions ran high, as the feud expanded beyond personal conflict to include questions of trust, manipulation, and unseen agendas. Fans are shocked at the layers of complexity, realizing this wasn't simple drama, it was a tangled web of perception, emotion, and influence. Later, a collaborative music shoot became another battlefield. The session required harmony, coordination, and communication, everything that had become difficult between them. Initially, both women were stiff, voices clipped, interactions cautious. Yet, as the session progressed, small moments of compromise emerged. Yandy adjusted a verse, Rasheeda smiled and harmonized perfectly. Emotions ran high, but in a different sense, relief, cautious optimism, and fleeting nostalgia for the friendship they once shared. Fans are shocked because it showcased that even amid intense drama, shared goals and professional commitment could create fragile bridges of understanding. The dynamic shifted yet again during a private conversation off-camera. Yandy admitted that she had been carrying resentment, but also longing for clarity. Rasheeda acknowledged her own frustrations and admitted she sometimes allowed misunderstandings to fester. Emotions ran high as both women vented and reflected, each revealing vulnerabilities rarely displayed on reality TV. Insiders said it was one of the most emotional moments of the season, highlighting the raw human element behind what fans often perceive as performative drama. The family watching these developments reportedly felt a mix of hope and anxiety, unsure if reconciliation could endure the pressures of filming and public scrutiny. Social media continued to amplify every development. Fans analyzed body language, dissected dialogue, and speculated about future fallout. Hashtags trended, some praising Yandy for asserting boundaries, others defending Rasheeda for her patience and composure. Emotions ran high in comment sections, mirroring the intensity on set. Bloggers framed each new scene as a turning point, questioning whether peace was possible or if another explosive confrontation loomed. Fans are shocked because the drama evolved beyond personal conflict into a cultural spectacle, captivating and dividing audiences simultaneously. Toward the week's end, a rare moment of connection occurred. Both women were captured laughing over an inside joke during a break, a glimpse of the friendship they once shared. Insiders called it fleeting but meaningful, a potential sign that mutual respect and understanding were resurfacing. Emotions ran high among witnesses and crew members alike, recognizing that while the feud was far from resolved, the possibility of repair existed. Fans are shocked because even in the midst of months-long tension, moments of authenticity and warmth reminded everyone that these women's bond was deeper than public disputes suggested. As filming wrapped for that segment, it became clear that Yandy and Rasheeda's story was far from over. Every glance, every word, every subtle gesture carried the weight of months of miscommunication, manipulation, and emotional vulnerability. Fans are shocked because reality TV had captured not just conflict, but the messy, delicate process of navigating reconciliation under intense scrutiny. The stage was set for future episodes to reveal whether this bond could withstand external pressures and internal insecurities, or if the simmering tension would explode once again, keeping audiences glued to their screens in anticipation. So, what do you think? Will Yandy and Rasheeda ever truly rebuild their bond, or is the tension here to stay? We've seen moments of vulnerability, raw honesty, and fleeting laughter, but the underlying conflict still looms large. Fans are divided, opinions are flying, and one thing is clear: this saga is far from over. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, let us know which side you're rooting for, and don't forget to hit that like button if you want more inside scoops from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Subscribe now and turn on notifications because trust me, you do not want to miss the next twist in this drama-filled story. Stay tuned, because the next chapter promises even more shocking revelations, intense confrontations, and moments that will leave fans completely speechless.